Hey, welcome to Kaspa Daily Pulse. Here's what the Kaspa community's been buzzing about today. First up, the big mood shift was all about price action and momentum. The chat basically turned into a full-on 4-cent party, with people celebrating Kaspa pushing back toward the 4-cent area after spending so long in the dumps. One person even called out a nearly 19% price increase, and a lot of the tone was, wait, are we actually back? What stood out most wasn't just the hype. It was that people kept comparing Kaspa's move to a market that felt mostly sideways elsewhere. So today's headline was simple. Sentiment flipped way more bullish, even if a few people were still warning not to get too carried away. Second, there was a real technical talking point around network activity. Multiple people said the mempool was getting hammered, with delays being noticed through the day. But the vibe wasn't panic, more like, yeah, it's busy, but it still works. People were saying delays were around a second to maybe 10 seconds at the worst, and some were talking about bumping fees by 1 Sompi to get transactions through faster. There was also chatter about nodes getting heavier. One person saying their node was around 333 GB because activity on the network had picked up. So that was a meaningful thread today. More usage, more congestion talk, but also a sense that the network was handling it. Third, one of the few genuinely organized community efforts today was the push to get Kaspa listed on Wealthsimple in Canada. Important detail here. This was not an official listing announcement. It was community-driven, with one user saying they'd been in contact and just needed more submissions from people. So the takeaway is not listing confirmed. It's that the community was actively mobilizing around it. And finally, the more serious builders and roadmap crowd got loud today too. There was a lot of discussion around using personal nodes, RPC access, app testing, and public network endpoints. On top of that, people started debating bigger protocol stuff like 2026 hard forks, Dagnite, and something called Covenant++. It wasn't clean, agreed-upon news. More like a technical conversation suddenly breaking into the main room, but it definitely caught attention. That's it for today's Pulse. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Catch you then.